Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Bad Boy Cartel, posted with Amy Jane.
And today we'll be chatting with Mr. Belo Salo.
You already know.
What's up,
Belo Salo, hello. Get yours too, man.
Hi.
Yeah. So before we chop it up, we're gonna have a little game with the homie, get to know him a bit, and yeah.
So basically the game that we're going to be playing is called Truth or Drink, and for those that don't know the game, what we're going to be doing is you're going to be asking questions from behind the scene, and if you want to answer the question, you answer the question honestly, and if you don't want to answer the question, you take a shot.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's get into it.
Break the ice a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Let's go.
First question. When was the last time you had sex?
Okay, yeah, we're all going to do that.
Dang.
Nah, I ain't answering that.
Tripping.
Second question. What is your worst fear?
Mine is probably going to jail, you know, and not being out here to live my life, get to it, make some money, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be in the pen. I'm good.
My worst fear is dying in the bathroom and somebody finding me naked. That scares the shit out of me.
That's crazy.
Oh man, I'm just gonna say the streets are wild. Streets are wild.
Okay.
What does that mean though? What's the fear, bro?
Yeah.
Streets are wild. When
What's
you come
scaring
from
you about the
PTA,
streets, though?
you know that.
So you're scared of the streets.
Yeah,
Okay.
streets are wild.
Nah, for
Third question. What is the most pettiest thing you've ever cut off someone for?
Late replies. Late replies.
they
Yeah.
reply.
I don't know if mine is petty, but I've cut off somebody just because they smoke too much and they don't have any goals in life.
That's crazy. That's not too
That's not
petty.
petty.
That's
petty,
valid.
not-
That's
you know what I
valid.
mean?
That's valid.
Yeah.
I think because they were being weird with my friends, even if they
Okay.
kept it cool with me, like you're being weird to my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
One
just
side.
not cool.
Yeah.
Fourth question. What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever been caught doing?
Can I take that first?
Yeah, take it first.
The most weirdest thing I've been caught doing is masturbating.
That's crazy.
By who?
My
That's
mom.
crazy.
It was so
That's
embarrassing. Like, it was not cool.
That's crazy. Bruh, probably beating it, you know what I'm saying? Getting to it, you know? Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's definitely weird. Somebody catching you. Like,
Nah, I had to take a shot, bro.
You took a shot.
Take a shot.
Last and final question.
For sure.
If you had to choose one between these two, who would it be? Aries and Blxckie.
I think that's
Those
more
my
for-
brothers, man. Those my brothers, dog. I'm gonna take.
Mine
Yeah, I'm
too.
actually gonna take. Let's take our last shot to Blxckie and
And
Aries. They
because
they
they
both
both
on.
cool,
They
you
both
know?
on CHOZEN REJECTboi. You know what I'm saying? They're my
Word.
So
brothers.
Aries and
Let's
Blxckie.
consider this
You
as a
already
shot
know.
as well.
Bless up. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's
Yeah,
wrap it
yeah.
up.
So we gonna get straight into it. My homie Belo Salo.
Yes,
You know, I
sir.
did my research a bit and found out that Cello actually is an acronym.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you just elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, bro. So damn, it's crazy. I haven't been put in positions to explain this in a while, but about the time I was coming up with the acronym, you know what I'm saying? It was just I wanted to have ambiguity in it, you know, two meanings.
Yeah,
Because growing up in high school, I always felt like there's two sides to my personality, you know, which was like a shy, awkward, lame outcast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the other part of it being like social, you know what I'm saying? Aware, you know what I'm saying? Loud and outrageous, you know
So
what
you
I'm
have
saying?
two personalities,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, no, not the two splits that I can switch between, you know, and more so when I was still trying to find myself, you know what I'm saying, you know, yeah. So it played between those two, you know,
Yeah,
parts I could tap into.
Okay, so I was going through your profile, artist profile,
Yeah.
and it said something about you being raised by your mother and your sisters,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So I want to know how they separate your music career and how they felt about you taking the road of being into music.
Yeah, it's crazy because everyone in the household is very musical. I really like singing, I like collecting music, like discovering new sounds. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the music I was being put onto, like growing up, were from my sisters, my mom. You know what I'm saying? My dad was an avid music collector too, but he was just like, you know, in and out my life. You know what I'm saying? But like they've always been like vocalists at heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the one who took it, you know, seriously to, you know, the heights that I've taken it to, and actually pursuing one. But I don't think it caught them completely off guard, because when I started making music, I never really told like my mom what it is, you know, because I remember this one time I was in grade 7, because I was a very shy kid growing up. I was a very shy kid growing up, so it was like I was telling her, yo, I want to be, you know, I'm trying to do this music thing, because I was like, there was this one teacher in primary school, Miss Pereira, I remember. She like played the piano, and I pull up on her.
So it was not like a shock to them or anything like that?
Yeah, they always knew I like it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, it just made sense, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So,
Oh, my
Sure.
bad.
my bad.
And bro, talking about that acronym, you say a lot about being the lame kid in high school.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that has evolved?
When I look at that, when I look at it and I look back, like being lame was my superpower, bro. Because like I was in my head thinking I'm lame, and from like the outside, these kids are looking at me thinking, yo, this motherfucker is
So
like,
fucking
you know what I mean? But like I just didn't like resonate to everything that everyone was doing. I didn't want to like conform to, you know, everyone's doing this one thing. No,
Yeah,
I
it's
must
meant to
be
be
with this
different.
gang that's doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, even with that, bro, like as soon as I dropped my first alias, actually, my first stage name was Original Lame. You know what I'm saying? I put it in, you know what I mean? And then you know, it grew from there. It's like, yo, dog, how you call yourself lame and you out here making all this tight ass music? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it was.
So on your artist profile, you mentioned something about the ongoing tension at your home, you know? So I want to understand how that somehow inspired your music career and what you meant by your ongoing tension at home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, each and every household has its battles, you know what I mean, and the struggles, and inevitably that's what makes a person. You know what I'm saying? All the struggles you come from in your life, whether it's moms beefing with dad, or you beefing with moms, or both of them beefing you. You know what I mean? It's like all those struggles build who you are as a person, and mine just so happened to be, you know, being in a household solely raised by like strong women. You know what I'm saying? One who had to worry about all of us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, stuff goes on with that, but like all those years of just like pain and all that stuff it just molded the person I am, you know. And
bro, obviously, like you know, the Aries feature came in a bit different with everyone.
For sure.
I heard that you had a virtual relationship with him before that. Can you just explain a bit more on that?
Most def, bro. So one time, bro, I think I was in like grade 10. Yeah, I was in grade 10. I was on my way to school.
Hey,
I remember,
bro, please give the camera a little.
Oh yeah,
face,
for
please.
sure.
Let
For
the
sure.
Cello world see.
Yeah, for sure. So like I was on my way to school, right? I was on my way to school in grade 10. That's around about the time I started dropping like crazy on SoundCloud. It's about the time I started dropping crazy on SoundCloud. My stage name now is Original Salo at that time, you know what I mean? And then I was on my way to school, and then when I checked my SoundCloud, I saw 2 notifications from my SoundCloud. I got a Mash Beats follow, got an A-Reece follow.
Yeah, you must have been so excited. What's going on?
Yeah, bro. Like on my way to school, bro. I'm like, yo, this can't be real, dog. I wasn't like, you know, like the high energy kid at school. Like if you knew, you know what I mean? So I pulled this one. So I got to school, I pulled this one bro who was like, he was kind of like a subtle hater, like man, but he was like my homie still. You know those bros in your school that are like, you know, you dap each other up a bit, but like low key from afar, he's like. That's when I started going to like a big a public school as well. I'm gonna shout out Monday High. You know what I mean? I put this one homie. I remember his name, Celia. I'm like, dog, peep this. He's like, dog, you lying, dog. Nah, it's be lying.
Come on now.
Yeah, but yeah, I kept it in the whole day. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I got back home. I'm like, damn, I'm about to be excited. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I text Reese. I'm like, yo, bro, shout out for like, I even have the DMs even to this day, bro. I'm like, yo.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
like, yo, I appreciate, like, you know, you looking out. Like, my head is even more on my shoulders now, like, knowing that you watching.
Yeah.
And then he told me something like, yo, don't mind me. I'm actually going to post it up when the tape drops to show people how far back
bro,
this
I need
goes.
that screenshot. We need to put it right
We need
here.
to put it right here.
Yeah,
Show
yeah,
people
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro, and he was like, yeah, dog, keep going, don't mind me. You know what I mean? And then from there, it was just him like watching me drop on like SoundCloud throughout the internet, like all those years. And then in my matric year, that's when they called me up and they were like, yo, boy, pull up, let's make some shake. You know
So
what I mean?
that Reese feature, was that in studio with Reese or what really happened?
I was in studio with
And actually,
Yeah.
two features with Reese,
bro. Shit, you see the DMs go so way back, you know. It's like,
bro.
it goes crazy. You know what I mean? It's not
They
even a
have
flex.
conversations and
It's
they're
not
actually
even.
laughing together.
It's not
That's
even
crazy.
flex. It's not even a flex, but it really goes like way back. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Yeah, this is my first one. I was like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yo, bro, this Reese.
Yeah,
Shit, right?
He says, I'm quoting what Dries is saying, like, your music is so dope and free-minded. Your confidence is a 1,000,000%. Top.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
This
crazy.
Reese.
You
It's
sure?
crazy, bro.
Yeah, so what happened there? It was during the COVID times. COVID was at its peak.
Yeah.
2020. The world didn't know. We all didn't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling school at all.
Same.
Anymore. I almost lost my mom that year. So it was like, damn. I need to like really get to it. If I'm saying like I'm not gonna be out here like just inside feeling sorry for myself. So I remember it was by the time I was supposed to go back into school and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just started acting sick because Mash told me the day before that, yo, dog, we actually need to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At school, I told him, yo, dog, me I have diarrhea. Then I hopped in the Uber, went to the north.
Yeah.
I recorded with Mash and Reese like the whole day, bro. We like, it was the first time they put me on to some backwards. It was just like, it was crazy,
Shout
bro. It
out
was a
Reese
dream.
for
It was a
that,
dream
though.
come true, bro. And I was just like living in it, and I was just grabbed
Yeah.
it hands first, bro.
Yeah.
So, how did your features with the Reese, Mash Beats, Blxckie come about, and how did those experiences, influence you in your life?
Yeah, I've already told like the Reese, Mash backstory.
Yes.
They've always like messed with mine. So if I call them up and I'm like, yo, bro, I want you to hear this, he's always all ears. And Blxckie and I have been tapped in actually also like virtually for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a minute, it's just like in 2019, 2020, we worked on some stuff together. I think we dropped something on SoundCloud and it got flagged, it got removed. But 2021, I pulled up on Blxckie. We probably have like 5 records in the vault. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just dropped like Timing, track 3
Shout
of the
out,
debut
bro.
full length. And yeah, we've always just like really like messed with each other and knew our sounds
Yeah.
would sound
Yeah.
like sonically pleasant together, so we just went for it.
Yeah. And bro, just talking about that SoundCloud era, who really inspired you? Because I know when you were coming up, because I'm a big SoundCloud listener. Your Treehouse, your Letawa Assets, your Belo Salos. Who really inspired you at that time, bro?
So remember I told you about my first Alias original.
Yeah.
So it actually came from like a Treehouse tape.
That's
A
crazy.
Treehouse tape, like Joland tape. There was this one, but we still actually tapped in today as a close friend of the close friends. It's in the circles. But Sean with a $, he said something like,
Shout out.
original hot boy. I took original. So yeah, that era did a lot, especially in the South. Especially in the South, they did a lot for like the movement in the South. And yeah, bro. In terms of but like Reese has always been that guy for me from 2016 when he popped out the scene. Even seeing him on like TV like 2015, like rapping freestyles and stuff like that. So Reese for me has always been that guy. And I'd say the treehouse movement. I don't pick apart like individuals because that movement was a lot for like the South and was a lot for me. Starting my own SoundCloud, I'd say Espacio Dios too, if you know Espacio.
My G.
Yeah, that was like a major influence in my come out, but yeah.
So that people want to know, okay? If you were ever to get a chance to collab with Nasty C, would you do it? You know, considering the fact that people want to create hate between Aries and Nasty C and create all that drama that's not even there. If you were to get a chance to be like, okay, I've made music with Aries, but I made music with Nasty C too, if you like, you know, hit me up or something like that, would you do it?
Yeah, like a big thing about collaboration is it making sense organically. You know, like I want every creative to know that, you know, just because you feel like you could sound dope on a song with this artist, it doesn't mean it has to happen. It needs to come off like raw energy and you actually vibing and to get the best like product out of it. So if it makes sense organically and we vibing and we can make like good music for the world and South at large, let's get to it. I'm not tripping about none. I'm not even into all the politics. I'm just here to make music.
Yeah, bro. And just talking about that, you know, Aries Nasty feud. I saw you were in the mix when Lucas went for my nigga Aries.
The most interesting ever.
Yeah. So what was that really about? Cause I saw a few YouTube videos. They said, you know, Belo's feeling a little emotional about this. Like, how did you really feel when Lucas went for the nigga that ushered you in?
Yeah. The timing of that whole thing was so crazy because like Lucas and I had like dropped tapes on SoundCloud
same day
or at the same time, which is the root of it, you know, all that other stuff you can count it as intangibles because people can't take away from the fact that I have mad love for Aries. Like a lot of people wouldn't know me if it wasn't for Aries, and you know that we keep it a buck. But like the root of it was me standing for mines, and I just dropped a tape on SoundCloud after a mini, you know, like hiatus, and I'm dropping on SoundCloud for a while, and niggas know like my SoundCloud stuff, like you know what I'm saying. I've been going crazy on SoundCloud, so I just felt emotional about that. Of like, you know, someone who doesn't give me the best energy in real life, and you know the circles and all that.
Wait, bro. Before we go on, right?
Yeah.
This Lucas raps drop. How does this really like root from? Cause y'all.
So we going toe to toe number one, like but number one SoundCloud.
How did that start? Cause Lucas is from DBN, and we've been messing with the Southside movement, your Acids, your Belos. How does that really like?
To be honest, there's no. I would say in real life the energy is not always intact in terms of like our run-ins and the circles, like cause I was tapped in with Burst DJ, Young Saruno. And we were trying to make records, but it felt like, you know, the whole squad wasn't accepting of that whole shit. But I wasn't really bothered by that. Where it really started for me was me trying to have friendly competition with making sure that my project I just dropped on SoundCloud stays at number one, irregardless of him trying to drop the same day as me and stuff like that. So when he threw that whatever that was, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that was, you know what I'm saying? I took it onto myself to show niggas like I really rap too. Like niggas and think R&B nigga, singing nigga. I got some shit to say too. But I guess niggas didn't have a rebuttal because what was there to say it? All the shots I sent their way.
So I want to know, would you ever, and I mean ever, make any song with Lucas raps? Would you ever consider doing that?
Please look at the camera when you say that, bro. Like.
Dog.
Talk to the big home.
If you was to ever text you like, okay, I know that we had like some fun art and things went out this way.
Dog, you see, I just showed you DMs now. I have DMs now with Lucas also. I can show you where he's like, dog. We should work on something. We should work on something.
So you guys are gonna work on something?
No. I'm saying we've spoken about it. There's DMs, bro.
So there is potential if you guys working on something.
You know what I'm saying? The shit you dropped is fire. Ain't got time.
Was
you know
this
what I'm
after
saying?
you guys were like, you know, coming after each other, or was it like...
No, this was way before. You know what I'm saying? We being cool. So like, if the energy was there and it can be repaired somehow, Bruce, like, to keep it real, he knows it too. Lucas doesn't fuck with me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So Lucas knows
But
himself.
bro,
He
you
doesn't.
went all in when you said 031 to Belo Salo World.
Yeah,
That was
for real.
crazy, bro.
For real, bro. Because that's how I felt. Like I felt like it was a debut. I'm not gonna talk crazy. I already did it on the records, bro. But
Nah,
like,
shout out Lucas though.
shout out to him, bro. But he knows himself. He doesn't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Not
So
like
it's
anything
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna be out there trying to be like, yo, let's work. Like I'm just starting my whole shit. It's my first shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused
Chosen
on
Reject Boy.
Chosen Reject Boy.
Yeah, for
So
real.
my G, we're gonna get into this. Before anything, I want you to just like define the word rejection for you, because this the sense of the whole album, like rejection, Chosen Reject Boy.
Yeah. So like rejection to me is it's a word really close to my heart, because it's like, you know, I see it as divine redirection as well. You know what I'm saying? So if anyone or anything, any opportunity, you know, you're rejected, that opportunity in that moment, it doesn't mean it doesn't have like a divine purpose. You know what I mean? And it also doesn't mean you can't reject whatever that's rejecting you, because you know what you're capable of. You know what I mean? Hence I put the chosen, because, you know, all that I want to apply myself to, I know I'm chosen for that. You know, I've been putting in my work. You know, I'm putting in the hours. So, like, rejection to me is basically divine redirection. You know what I'm saying? And rejecting all that rejects you, and just gunning for it.
Okay, so before we get into this Chosen Reject Boy topic, I have a lot of other questions to ask you for that. So I want to know, with working with Blxckie, Aries, Mesh Beats, and everybody else that you've worked with, what did you learn from that? Like, what is something that you've learned that is going to benefit your music career?
I really learned like from the three that you've just mentioned, and I think South Africa at large even sees this. They really value the art. You know what I mean? They really value the art. Reese, Smash, most especially, I'm glad I got to witness maybe like the tail end of that era and got to see the chemistry they had in real life. Like they really love music. They care about the music at the core and making sure that quality is good before, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, Blxckie's just showed me like there's so much intangibles to this that you can tap in.
Shout out Blxckie though.
Shout out Blxckie.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out everybody actually.
Yeah. You know, that can broaden your horizon and just like, for real.
And I also found out somewhere on Instagram that Mesh Beats and Aries have split up, right? Is that true?
I don't know. What?
Okay, well,
Do you know that?
I found out about this yesterday actually. They were saying this other guy did this whole Q&A thing, and they were like, how do you feel about Mesh Beats and Aries splitting up, and do you think they're ever going to get back together and stuff like that, you know? So I wanted to ask how you feel about them splitting up, but you don't know about it, so...
To be honest, I'm guessing I got real niggas in the room with me right now.
Yeah, for real.
When like two niggas have their problems,
they solve
it has nothing to do with
their
you.
problems are between them two niggas.
They solve
to
it
sort
there.
that out.
That's actually
What we can do
Aries
from the
proof,
outside, you know, from the outside is
You know,
root for them, support them both.
yeah.
Not inherit any beefs we don't know anything about at length, and I just hope, I just pray for my brothers all the time.
Okay. So you have this song, Manifest, you know, the single Manifest that got you to blow up, and everybody was like, oh my god, who is Belo Salo, you know? So I want to know, did you expect like the song Manifest or the single Manifest to blow up like that, or was it just something that you're like, oh my god, how did this
I kinda did.
Okay, you thought
It's because
That's
it's because I always have music is a spiritual thing, bro, and when you have that feeling, no one can take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? And that was around the time I was in proper studio sessions like right now, where I'd have the beat to listen to in studio and I can record right now. I'd have the beats on my phone, you know, and I'm playing it a lot in my room, and then the melody comes to me. So me sitting with that melody before Friday comes, and I know I can go to Soweto and go record.
or say something
And say something crazy. I knew it. I knew it.
You knew that
this
specific single was gonna open doors for you.
I really knew it. I really knew it.
And bro, before we get into this debut tape that you've been promoting for like 2 years?
Can I interrupt you for a second? Can I please interrupt you? Because now we're gonna get into Chosen Rejectboi.
Yeah.
So I wanna ask, Nam, I'm a very religious person, you know. So I want to know if you're also a religious person, and if you think that the place that you are at now is because of God, and you think that you are where you are now because God guided you through this place and God thinks that this is the way you should be, doing things in life, or if you think that's just because I am Belo Salo and I can do this all by myself.
Yeah,
and
most
I'm here because of
definitely. I most definitely think I'm following a path that was ordained, like way before I could even fathom anything. Like I have a Christian school background, something I'm about to get into. Like my second primary school was a Christian school. Ended off my first high school was a Christian school before I went to a public. So
God
it's always something like my mom's also just like seeing in me, like valuing the presence of God in my life and everything that I apply myself into. So definitely like, since way back, what I'm saying? Yeah.
So bro, before we get into this, I just want you to look into that camera, give a 5-year older you a message. So this the past, we're giving it to the future.
Hey yo, what's good, Belo Salo? It's your boy, you already know him. You been new, you chosen, boy. In the midst of all that rejection, you been new, you about to conquer Africa. You know what I'm saying? You could take on the world, like the world is yours, and you been new that.
Thank you so
You already
much.
know. Yeah.
So from listening to you talk about Chosen Rejectboi, I already have an example or a thought of what you think Chosen Rejectboi is about. But I want you to explain to everybody what the whole concept of Chosen Rejectboi is. What is this album about basically?
Yeah, like
the name Chosen Rejectboi specifically.
Yeah, I'll reiterate again. It's just like it's the subtle art of just being chosen in the midst of rejection. You know what I'm saying? So even when rejection is piling up on you and it seems like, yo, this is not working, I can't drop this song now, like, how they were gonna react to my music, or I'm struggling with this distribution deal. These distributors are messing me up. It's hard to get these videos. It's hard to get the show. Like, damn, why they not calling me for this booking? Like, it's understanding that if it's you following a path that you ordained, you're really chosen.
Yeah. And bro, we gonna hop onto this. One of my homies, can you pass me that? One of my homies said that, I'm gonna be chopping with Belo Salo.
For sure.
He said we're gonna give him a little gift.
Word. So I'm gonna bust this one. I might have to flip it out the plastic.
Shout out Immortal closing door.
Yeah, shout out Immortal. Yeah, man, because everything we applying ourselves into is immortal. It's gonna live forever.
It is fucking immortal.
It's immortal. Yeah, shout out Immortal, bro.
Yeah.
Well.
He also has the same shirt on.
Well.
So we gonna be merching. When you see me, you see Belo.
You already know.
Yeah.
Easy.
But bro, just being how does this really work? You going from the SoundCloud era to this mainstream, because like me, I've been listening to the South Side sound for a while. So how does it really work? To explain to to your fans that Belo's now matured and mainstream.
Like mainstream is like a very touchy one, because the masses decide if you mainstream. You know what I'm saying? But you put it there.
You're already there.
Hey man. But I just first and foremost, like y'all know, y'all been tapped in with my SoundCloud. If you been tapped in from like 2017, you know what I mean? Yeah. You knew the SoundCloud stuff was really free demos. We were really feeding the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if I've been saying I've been applying myself to this thing for so long, it's high time we really make it lucrative. We really change our lives, the Salo world. It's high time pay off mom's bond, you know what I'm saying? Hard time to get my Griza a whip, a son, you know what I'm saying? It's, like the soul will always be at the core of it, Position to me, you know what I'm saying, from SoundCloud into a more commercial space, not even commercial, but just like into all platforms and actually selling my music is for it to be lucrative and feed my kids and my kids one day, and
Wait a second,
you know what I'm
kids?
saying? No, one day, you know what I'm
Just gotta
saying?
make sure.
Yeah, we playing the longevity game, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
You
yeah,
know?
that's good.
Trying to leave royalties like Robbie Malinga and his beat, you know, he left hella royalties for his kids to.
Bro.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's just like changing our lives with this music, bro. That's why we do it, you know?
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on Chosen Rejectboi?
I've been working for it for like 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
2.5, but the other half, 6 months, I'd say it was just like
Touch-ups.
business related, making sure I get into the right deal, and
Yeah.
you know that those
So
nitty
basically
gritties.
1 year, 6 months, and then the other 6 months you.
Nah, 2 years and then 6 months just sorting out the
Okay.
business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And bro, talking about that, I watched one of your interviews. You mentioned Young Bahamian.
Yeah.
My bad if I can't pronounce it properly.
For sure.
Is it Young Bahamian?
Young Bohemian, yeah.
Young Bohemian.
Yeah.
What really happened to that project?
I'm interested too.
So that's actually the first full length I started really going at and building. A lot of people would know, like, already producer I had a relationship with, like, you know, producer on some Drake and 40 type stuff. I was trying to build that one. Yeah, we had a minor for a lot. I can never say it major, because anyone I make music with that really connects with my soul, you my brother for life. You know what I'm saying? No matter what stuff happens in the midst of it all, but like, yeah, life happened. We had to go our own separate ways, and I just had to reapproach and like build something new. You know what I'm saying? So Young Bohemian is still a concept that Cello will get. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. And yeah, but right now it's CHOZEN REJECTboi time for really. Yeah.
I feel like you're so matured for this career. You're doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm very impressed about that, you know?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And bro, just talking about Young Bohemian, can you just explain the word Bohemian? Because in the last interview, you explained it very well.
Damn, I'm gonna have to really tap into the Young Bohemian era again, you know what I'm saying? So I can get into like, you know, that era again. But Bohemian is really just like a true artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So
Cut
is
their
it an actual word?
Yeah. You can search it up, bro.
Yeah.
It's really an actual word. But we'll revisit that when we get into the Young Bohemian era for real.
Yeah.
It should be real soon. Don't trip about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know, what is your favorite song from Chosen Rejectboi, and what makes that song so special, and you know, your favorite song? And
I'd probably say it's crazy.
I gotta
This
say
is really like my firstborn for real. Like this whole thing.
that was that
So I'm
one
about
song,
to
that one
pick
song
out-
that you're like, okay, this is my life, or it's something personal, you know, this is something that I want people to actually listen to and get a message from that song.
Nomad, but I could also say 4 Rivers of Eden.
You guys should listen
Which
to
is
Nomad
like,
and
yeah,
4
Nomad.
Rivers of what?
No, 4 Rivers of Eden.
Four
Yeah.
Rivers of Eden.
But also like made it out the intro. But one that's really close to my heart is track 2, Nomad, and that one's been out since June 16. And that I really made in a time of my life where like the rejection was really piling in on me. Like I was questioning whether like I still got time to do this thing and really be and really reach the pinnacle and at the right time, or is my time over with? Because you know there's times where I went silent and people thought like, is it over for me, you know? So I had to ask myself that question too, like, am I running out of time, or is it on my side?
I have like
For
a
real.
back-to-back question, eh?
For real.
Do you think that people that make music should like have a certain time in their music career where they take a break to, like, you know, be with themselves, you know, think and just go through life in general before they go back to making music again?
I feel like if you're really a true musician, even if you're taking time off the music, you're always creating, because the slightest things in life are inspiring to you that can heal the next person. You know what I mean? But I don't know, like breaks is a tricky one because everyone has their own mental battles and all that other stuff. But I feel like if you're really truly a musician and you're not doing it for the low things and even your downtime, even when you're just listening to yourself, you're creating. You know what I mean?
So you smoke weed, right?
Yeah, from time to time I spark a toke.
So I want to know, I used to smoke weed, but I used to do it. At first I had a reason why I do it, and then at some point it was just something that I do for fun and for aesthetics and for something for fun. So I want to know if it somehow influences your way of making music and if it like helps you make music in a way,
Word.
Because most artists that smoke weed say, okay, I'm doing this because when I'm high, I can think of this and this and that, so I want to do that.
With me, with weed, it's never been a dependency thing, because I sparked my first toke at 18. Like everyone can attest to that. You know what I mean? Yeah, for real. Like way before that, I was afraid, because of the unknown. So all that time, I just spent like my time thinking, yo, why do I want to do this? All that stuff, And most of the times it's recreational, but if you're a musician, you already know that once you spot that toke in the studio, you start hearing that beat a little different. You start being in tune with every instrument in the beat, and it's just a spiritual, high vibration type of thing,
I get that.
So respect the herb, don't demonize the herb, but also at the right time, understand why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
if
my
you
thing
don't,
too. Don't just smoke it for fun and just get high and not do anything after that.
you know what I mean?
So, I want you to share experiences of making CHOZEN REJectboi. I want to understand what you learned, what you realized, and how you grew from making the project CHOZEN REJectboi.
Yeah, I really grew. So from inception, from the intro, when I pulled up on Reese again, and we got to cook up the intro of his tape.
Wait, bro. The Reese relationship, man. Just to get back to it, was it Bravo first or Nightmare on Bryston?
It was Nightmare on Bryston Drive, and then I left Bravo with them. I left the hook of Bravo with them. And then when I was gone, they got the verses in, they got Stogie on it.
Shut up.
But yes, answering the growth of CHOZEN REJectboi, I could really feel the evolution of Belo Salo with this one because it was times when it looked very, it looked like we weren't gonna get it, you know what I mean? But I really just had to trust. It's easy to say trust the process,
but it's not
till you have to go through trusting the process. Go through the whole process. It really taught me a lot about trusting the process and being pedantic, mixing one song 21 times if I have to because I want it to sound a certain way. A lot about being conscious of my subject matter, the message I'm getting out, what I'm saying that resonates to anyone in Salo world that really vibes with what I'm doing, and just being very musical at the core of it. I always wanted to be I hated also now being boxed into the whole SoundCloud sound that really doesn't resonate with the average human being, but the youngster that's just tuned into SoundCloud for now, and then it's just a memory. I really wanted to make timeless music that sits with people for a lifetime, so it really taught me about valuing that whole process for real.
And bro, mentioning this whole REJectboi title, I just want to know, what do you want the friends to get out of this project?
What I want you to get out of it is that even in the midst of rejection, I'm going to reiterate, when it seems like something's not coming together, understand if you've been applying yourself to something for X amount of time, you're chosen to some degree or another, for it. Just keep going. Like Jay-Z said,
Keep going.
Keep
not quit,
going.
not give up, keep going.
Yeah,
Oh,
We're
yeah.
doing that. So, I also, wait, sorry. Can you edit that part, please?
Yeah. So, bro, before we wrap it up, what's the little message you got for both of us as presenters?
Word. Were you gonna ask another send-off question too, or you about to wrap
I was
it
gonna
up?
ask something.
You got it.
Yeah, gotta
I
wrap
was
up.
gonna say that I've been watching a lot of podcasts, of celebrities and everything like that. And one thing most celebrities struggle with is making music that is personal. I'm talking about what you've been through, what you're going through, and stuff like that. People usually make songs about pussy, money, that. So I want to know are you able to make music about your personal life? Are you able to take your personal life?
Chosen Rejectboi is
It's
solely
definitely that
personal. It's solely personal. It's solely my life.
And are you comfortable with people
experiences.
knowing that personal part of your life?
Yeah, I'm just getting started. I'm about to still give more of myself to the art and those that receive it.
And I want to know, are there any other celebrities or other artists that you plan on working with, like a certain artist or person that you're like, okay, I want to work with that person. Who's that person?
It's a lot, you know what I mean? But
Okay,
as
the
I've said,
top five that you're like,
organic.
I
I'm not even
had
gonna
to.
put top nothing on it, you know.
Okay.
But partly, I'm already tapped in with Bird, but Marcus Harvey, super talented.
Nice.
Um,
That's crazy.
Maybe some with Shakana someday.
Nice.
Maybe something like Beatenberg. I don't know if Beatenberg ever went, but Beatenberg, I really want to get a Beatenberg record out. And yeah, man, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, but
Just
for sure. But yeah, appreciate the interview. And to send it off, like you said, my message to both of y'all and the people.
Yeah,
And the people.
say this to us first, and then look straight into the camera and tell your fans
Alright,
and the
for
people
sure.
that love you what you want to say to them specifically.
Alright, for sure. To y'all, shout out for this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it's y'all just started this podcast stuff. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are focused on going to the artist, a core, and fetching the storyline. You know what I'm saying? So just understand that it's your ordained path. You know what I'm saying? You chosen for that too. You know what I'm saying? And
To your fans.
to Cello World, man, thank you for riding with me. Through the SoundCloud, through all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how many times I said I'm dropping, I capped you, bro.
Yeah.
But that wasn't all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I rejected you with trying to hear these. But now you chosen with me with this now. 14 July is finally the inception of Belo, bro. Belo begins like Batman on 14 July, and you know it too. From there, it's to the world.
With that being, ladies and gentlemen, that was Belo Salo for you guys.
Wait.
Is something else you want to add?
I need the homie to take it back to his roots.
Okay.
So, bro, I need you to take us out of the show as a presenter in vernac, though.
In vernac.
If you speak Swati,
In
come on now, give it to us.
Okay. Singena kanjani? Okay. Nyangazi, Imi, Lomfana, Sabelo, Belo, yazi Mafunui, Dissector, Young Tola, Zonbona, man. I don't even know what to say, man. I'ma catch you. I'm out here, dog.
Yeah. Bad Boy Cartel, Amy Jane, my nigga Belo Salo, we out.
Sir.